Hey, what are you doing Tuesday, October 28th at 4 p.m. Pacific time? Because Jeff and I are doing a patrons-only Google Hangout, so you can come ask us questions live. We'll be braiding each other's hair, playing light as a feather, stiff as a board. I may not know the difference between a Google Hangout and a 12-year-old girl's slumber party. But if you support us for $5 a month or above, you can come join us. Go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns to become a patron and hang out with us on Tuesday, October 28th. But yeah, the Trickster doesn't get any play, man. And the reason the Trickster doesn't get any play is because at his best, I think people thought of him as a Hellblazer without powers.
Not a bad descriptor.
Yeah, but I love it because his only power was just like, I'm smarter than you. I'm faster.
Yeah.
I'm a faster thinker than you. You're quick on your feet, but I'm like quick on my feet. You get it, the Flash?
I get it, the Flash.
You get it, the Flash? Welcome to We Have Concerns. Hi, concerned citizens, and hello, Jeff Cannata.
Hello, Anthony Carboni. Very interesting article sent in by, I'm going to try it.
I believe in you.
I apologize in advance.
Wow, okay.
Sverrir Sigfusson? Sverrir Sigfusson.
That's the Norse god of poisons.
Yes, he
Son of
came
Poisoner
down from
is
on
what
high
that means.
And, son of Poisoner.
Yeah, Sigmundsson, son of Poisoner.
Oh, Dad, I don't want to be a poisoner.
I was a poisoner. My father before him was a poisoner. His father before him, actually a carpenter. Kind of a disgrace to the family, because it's right in the name. Son of Poisoner. There's no changing it. No, all Scandinavian names sound cool like that, though. I love that.
Oh, yeah. So I apologize if I got that wrong, but he sent in some really cool articles for us to check out, one of which is this immoral study, which is what is the title of the article, about kind of messing with people to determine how much of our mind goes into the effect of drugs. So we know about placebos and the placebo effect.
Control groups.
Yes, we know about how, you give the actual drug to one group, you give a placebo to the other, and you see if there's really any difference.
Right.
This kind of flip-flops that and tells people that they're getting a drug that they're never getting. At no point does anybody get a real drug.
No one gets it at all?
It's all placebos, but the difference is what you tell people to expect from the drug that they didn't get.
Okay.
So that varies. So you say to people, so basically what happened is they said, we're going to give you this drug. And instead, they gave them a shot of adrenaline. They said they're giving them vitamins. And instead, they gave them a shot of adrenaline.
Love
then
it.
they brought them into a room with a researcher.
And they all turned into base jumpers.
Yeah, it's the Brock test.
They immediately all got on skateboards and started doing half pipes.
Well, it's kind of close, actually. They brought
That's
them
what
into
it's
a
called,
room.
right? Doing half pipes?
Yeah, you nailed it.
I'm so cool.
You did all the half pipes. They brought him into a room, and there was this researcher there who they didn't tell was in on the joke, but they brought him into this room, and this researcher was having fun, jumping on the furniture, making paper airplanes.
Yeah.
And the people who just thought they took a vitamin with no side effects joined in on the fun. They had adrenaline pumping through their
Right.
veins.
Why
They were
wouldn't you?
Freaking out. But
Yeah.
they were like, yeah, let's party. The other group who were told that they took a vitamin, were given a shot of adrenaline, but said this vitamin is probably going to have some weird side effects. Like you're going to feel energetic and anxious, and your heart's going to beat faster, and you're probably going to sweat, and you might feel flushed. Those people didn't have any fun because they're freaking out because they're feeling all the side effects.
So the people who were given no information just thought the side effects were the side effects of fun.
They didn't.
My heart is racing a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a little flushed because I've been jumping on a couch.
They didn't connect the thing that they took with the fun that they were having. They didn't
Right.
connect it with the effect in their physical body.
Yeah.
But the people who were told to expect some physical effects were freaking out and not having any fun.
And this happens a lot to me. There's a lot of stuff happening right now in neuroscience where they're trying to figure out when does the brain trigger something that you feel, and when do you feel something that triggers
Right.
an attitude in your
Chicken and
brain?
egg. Yeah.
So for me, if I get a chest cold, if I get congested in my chest, that kind of feeling where in the center of your chest, it's not really a pain, but you can feel congestion.
Right.
It feels tight in
Sure.
your chest. because I have had panic attacks before and anxiety attacks before, when I have a chest cold, I am more likely to get a panic attack because that beginning tickle in your chest feels like the beginning of a panic attack, and my body goes,
You associate.
yeah, and it's an
Right.
early symptom of a chest cold, right?
Right.
So my body doesn't think that we're getting sick. My body goes, oh man, we're about to freak out. And I'm more likely to freak out if I have a chest cold.
Right.
Same way people on airplanes, right? If you're on an airplane, the air pressure and like the background noise and everything, people are more likely to cry on airplanes because you're put into a position where you feel like you're going to cry. There's pressure on your body.
Yeah.
And so people there was a thing on NPR about a guy who only cries on planes, and he cried at Sweet Home Alabama like 5 times on an airplane. He was like, and if I'll never watch Sweet Home Alabama when I'm like on the ground, and if I did, I wouldn't cry about it. He's like, but every time I'm on a plane and they show Sweet Home Alabama, I just cry for Reese Witherspoon. I just cry.
Why is this guy flying so often on planes that only show Sweet Home Alabama?
You'd think they'd rotate it out right now, but airlines are bad at
He's
that.
only scheduling flights. He's like, dude, I heard this plane has Sweet Home Alabama. And I'm
Time
getting
to have
on.
a good cry. Time to get it all out. Maybe he's just repressed and he can only get it out for Sweet
Honey!
Home Alabama.
Honey, I'm so upset. Can you call the travel agent and book me a flight to Chicago?
Why don't we just talk it out?
No, I need to fly to Chicago.
Sweetheart, a flight to Chicago is going to cost like $700.
Yep. It's the cost of sorting this all through.
Do you want me to just go rent Sweet Home Alabama?
I can't watch it at home, honey. We've tried it. You know that. Doesn't matter. I'm like an emotional ice block. It can't
What if we just do
access any of my emotions.
What if we
at
do
home.
like 3 Reese Witherspoon movies back to back? You know, like Sweet Home Alabama,
Yeah.
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde 2?
Maybe not Legally Blonde 2. I don't know if I can deal with it, honey.
It always makes me cry on the plane.
I know, and I want you to be happy, but I also never want to watch Legally Blonde 2. Your happiness is important to me, but not so
Doesn't
important that
sound-
I'm going to watch Legally Blonde 2.
This is what got me upset in the first place. You don't seem to respect my needs. I need to be. It's like the Mile High Club, but
To
for
be
crying.
fair, this fight was over wanting to watch Cruel Intentions. This is a completely different thing. Legally Blonde 2 is a completely different thing. Why wouldn't you want to watch Cruel Intentions?
Everybody wants
Phenomenal
to watch
movie.
Cruel Intentions. The actual stated result of this study says that when our body feels enough physical sensation without a physical explanation, our mind attributes that physical sensation to an emotional state.
Yes.
But doesn't that bring into question how much your mind is effing with you?
Yes.
All it matters is whether you got an explanation for it or not.
That's
It's like,
all we want. That's
yeah,
all we want.
You're
don't-
fine. That's all you need is you're fine. It was because
But
of
it's-
X, Y, or Z.
But it's not even you're fine, right? It's you're having a panic attack,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's you are a freak. You have to cry right now because you're sad. Your brain will take anything over uncertainty.
That is so true.
Uncertainty is the worst thing. Your brain will take pain and suffering over and over and over again before it will take uncertainty or new experiences.
Yeah.
And it gets worse as you get older, for sure.
Yeah.
Because you expect fewer and fewer things to be new. You're less ready for new. It gets really bad. I'm not getting sick. I'm having a panic attack.
Yeah, but because you expect to be having a panic attack.
Getting sick is too much of a variable. I don't feel sick yet.
Right.
What I feel is a panic attack. I need an answer to what I'm feeling right now. Why would I be having a panic attack? All I'm doing is sitting and eating Thai food and watching Hulu. Why would I be having a panic attack? I don't know. Maybe I forgot to pay the Hulu bill.
Yeah.
Maybe Mitchell and Webb is going to turn off in the middle of an episode because they're going to turn it off like the gas.
It's like, just shut off your Hulu.
We had to shut up.
Yes? Hello?
I'm from Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah. Do you have my package?
No, sir. I've come to cut off your video.
But I was just enjoying so much of the free Amazon Prime Video. I don't understand what the problem is.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. You're not going to be able to watch The Mask,
Oh,
and you're also never going to be able to watch every movie with Matthew Modine from the 80s.
but
I gotta
I'm only
turn it off.
halfway through the Matthew Modine playlist that I started.
Sorry. Got to cut it all off. You're behind on your bill.
On my Prime?
Yep.
Oh, but I thought I paid that. I was certain that I paid that.
Yeah, I bet you were. We sent notices, sir.
Oh, did you send them via email? Because my email has been really tricky. I got a new iPhone.
Sir, I'm looking at the red envelope on your kitchen table right
Oh.
now.
That red envelope?
Yep. It's from the Department of Water, Power, and Streaming Video.
That was the one that was sent to me via drone earlier this week.
That's right, sir. Now I'm going to have to get out these comically large bolt cutters.
Oh, no.
And slice your Ethernet cable.
Oh, please don't!
But just the part of the Ethernet cable that delivers Amazon. Because that's how the internet works.
It's a series of tubes.
Yeah.
Is there a way to get to use this to our advantage? Is there a way to get on the other side of it
Sure.
and say, I can convince myself of something?
So it's the positive thinking thing, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's belief.
It's belief. And too much of the other side is dangerous as well.
Right.
We've talked about this before where people who are really bad at things just have all this hubris sometimes.
Yeah.
And you gotta talk them down. You gotta be like, dude, you're 45 and you have the worst vision in the world and you're bad at math and you can't be an astronaut.
But I can do anything.
Nah, you could do anything 30 years ago.
And even then, probably not.
And even then, it wasn't anything.
Right.
It wasn't anything. That's not. You were always a little on the short side and but you could have done more.
if you'd applied yourself
At this point,
at that time. But I want to do anything now.
well, suck it up, fat boy. Is what my dad used to say to me. I will say this. I fully believe in modern medicine. 100% believe
Right.
in modern medicine. There are some people that will tell you that the pharmaceutical industry is 100% a scam, is 100% terrible. I think it's just like anything else. It's probably about half and half terrible.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
it's
there's a
probably-
lot of terrible.
there's a lot of terrible.
There's a lot of making you sick so we can make you well.
And some of that is a misrepresentation. The medication that I'm on it's a neurological medication.
Right.
We don't know a ton about the brain, but we want to fix the brain. So we're
Right.
doing the best we can. So we just shotgun, scatter shot. Here are chemicals that we know work. They do other things too. It's not like a tumor. We can
Right.
see a tumor. We can remove a tumor with a laser. We know what a tumor is, right?
Right.
We can,
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. We can use sonic waves to get rid of your kidney stones. Because
Yeah.
we know how to, we just understand that. We don't understand the brain as well.
No.
We know this bit kind of does this, and this bit kind of does this, and this bit is sort of where your problem's coming from.
Yeah.
So we're just going to throw a bunch of chemicals at it? It's not always done with these nefarious intentions to get you addicted and to get you on this treadmill of horrible pharmaceutical addiction. Sometimes it's just the best we can do.
Yeah.
And, advances are made. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they wanted me to take Ritalin. I took Ritalin, and I just slept all day and my brain felt like fuzz.
Wow.
Now I'm on Adderall, which is a different thing.
Right.
And that works. I never would have taken Ritalin. I took Ritalin for a month and said, fuck Ritalin.
Yeah.
But they're getting better at stuff, Imagine a dude coming to your house to fix something, right? And it's you've got a leaky sink.
Yeah.
And you're just so sink's over there, and it's kind of dripping a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's
Yep.
kind of dripping.
You should stick all the cotton that you have into that sink, and I'm gonna bring in a couple of barnyard animals. They're gonna shit all over your house. It's gonna be real messy. There's gonna be some side effects, is what I'm saying. But
Frank, you need me to bring up the sledgehammer?
yeah, bring it on up. Bring it on up.
Why sledgehammer? I
We're
just
gonna
have a leaky
sledge.
sink.
We're gonna sledge right through your entire countertop. Yeah, and we're gonna stuff that with cotton. The farm animals are gonna eat that cotton. They're gonna shit all over your house. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're gonna shit all over your house. This is gonna be bad. But I got good news.
Okay.
We can bring in another guy. He's got stuff for the barnyard animals. Cleans the shit right out.
So I need two repair guys to fix with two different processes to fix one problem.
Yeah, you're going to need the second repair guy to fix all the damage that me, my barnyard animals, the cotton, and the sledgehammer are going to do.
How's he going to fix it?
We're going to introduce a new biomass into your apartment.
I don't think that's right.
Listen, are you you need me to show you my degree that I got in kitchen repair / animal husbandry?
I mean, I respect you. A double major is a really hard
It took
road to hoe.
It took a long time.
It took a lot of work, I'm sure.
It took a long, long time.
Well, I guess you might as well take sledgehammers to my whole house then, as long as it's going to fix the leak.
It's going to cause a lot more problems, but it's going to fix the leak.
Sign me up. And that's basically what we do with medication right now.
There's this other article that is linked to that even takes it a step further. There's a drug test that, again, fake drug, But they told people this drug it has magical properties. It's going to freeze your mood. So they had people start writing, take the drug, right?
Yeah.
And they said it's going to take a while to sink in, to start being effective.
Yeah.
And you're going to start writing down how you feel. And then at a certain point, they busted in the room and they went, drug is now in effect. So however you're feeling right now, frozen, right? And then they showed people.
And everybody just bought it.
Yeah. Because we're infinitely suggestible and stupid. And also they were wearing white lab coats.
Oh.
That helps.
Yeah, that helps.
And then they showed them certain things like people in dire need of help and asked people to do things. And when people thought they were frozen in a mood that it wouldn't make them feel any better, they just didn't do anything. If they were frozen in a mood of sadness or unhappiness, they didn't do anything that they thought would make them feel better because they thought it couldn't work because they took this magic drug of mood freezing.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
This is like when I get up. This is like when I get up later than 8 a.m. and I feel like I fucked my whole day.
Right.
And I just go, well, I fucked it. There's no point. Today won't be productive anymore. That's not true.
It's not true, but you make it true.
We make it true. We do
Yeah.
a lot. And, man, I don't believe in living the secret. I don't believe
Right.
that the power of positive thinking is going to
there's
fix
something.
everything. But
There's something.
there is, just like you can't just positively think your way to everything, you can't negatively think your way to very much. You got to be
Yeah.
realistic, I
guess that's true.
And like the people who are positively thinking all the time, more things probably happen for them just because they're willing to try more things all the time.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's their version of the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, that's
You know what
it.
I do? I take Airborne when I'm feeling sick.
Yeah, which does like
I
nothing.
know that it has been proven to do bupkis.
Bullshit.
And it's not cheap, and I spend the money, and I do it because I think it makes me better. Cognitively, I know it has been proven not to do anything.
Yeah.
And yet, it's my placebo, I
Yeah.
guess.
I do the same thing. I chew Zicam, which is just zinc.
Yeah.
It's just chewable zinc.
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, I mean, zinc does help. It's so funny. Like the whole vitamin thing is really interesting to me because it's like, well, I take a vitamin C every day, and then I take a B, and then I take an E, and I take fish oil, and I take this, and I take that, and I'm like, are you mixing that with food?
Right.
No, I just take the vitamins every morning. It's like, well, your body can't do anything with 500 milligrams of straight vitamin C.
Yeah,
There's
it's
nothing
flushing right out of your
there's
system.
nothing for it to bond with and interact with. It's just like, cool, thanks, I guess. Here's an upset stomach.
Yeah.
But it is funny because taking that every morning is like, I'm not going to get a cold this week.
Right.
And you feel like more positive, and we do have physical effects over our body due to our mental state. Meditation works. Right? Like all this stuff. We know it works. We know that people who are calmer and less stressed and think more positively do better with really intense medical treatments.
Right.
Marginally, but better.
Yeah.
You can't say that the power of positive thinking is going to fix everything, but you can't count it out.
Yeah.
It's got to be like a tool in your arsenal. Take the medication that you are prescribed.
Yeah, believe in modern medicine.
Take the fucking medication. Because a lot of people I know are just like, pharmaceutical companies are trying to screw me over, and I know
Right.
I don't need that stuff. And it's like, dude, you kind of should take the stuff.
I completely agree with that, but then I also feel like we're an overprescribed nation, and we're there's a pill for everything, and that's a slippery slope
Well,
too.
and I mean, that's
but-
the thing is like when I tell people I have ADHD, people that are our age or older or even a little younger think it's a made up thing. And the
Right.
reason they think it's a made up thing is because in the 90s, everyone had ADHD.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Which is why I never took medication for ADHD.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, nah, that's a made up thing.
Well,
the medication is just speed that hooks kids.
Yeah.
So fuck that. It's fake and dumb and terrible, and don't buy into it.
But part of that was true, and part
because
of
people were overprescribed.
exactly.
And
yeah.
that's the other danger of it is by thinking that something is too much of a problem, we actually stop ourselves from solving it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because we desensitize ourselves to it.
Right.
These people can't possibly have ADHD.
Right.
That's dumb.
Yeah. My wife has a gluten allergy.
That's not a real thing.
Exactly. She literally does, and you don't want to bring that up because everybody and their goat has a.
Well, people who are
gluten
genuinely
allergy.
celiac, like Jess's mom has celiac, and if she had, like, she didn't know. She didn't know for years. And then after she was told, she didn't believe it for years. And she just kept getting sick.
Yeah.
And the thing is, she cut out the gluten and then she wasn't sick anymore. But a lot of people use it as a crutch because they're like,
Right.
oh man, when I eat a bunch of pasta, I feel real terrible. That's not a gluten allergy.
Yeah.
Stop eating so much pasta, asshole. You're not supposed to you can't eat a whole loaf of bread.
Although
I
that's
can.
how I was raised.
That's how
that
me
is
too.
basically eat all the pasta and an entire loaf of bread.
Yep.
And then you can leave the table.
So there is something to that, and I think it's a balance. And what is the balance? It's different for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, I don't take my medication all the time. I take my medication when I know I've got a lot to do, and I try to mitigate my symptoms with things like meditation, like getting exercise, like making sure I'm on a very rigid schedule so my brain doesn't wander because it's used to everything I'm doing, and I'm giving it I'm running off a lot of the extra energy that would normally be messing with me. I'm keeping it in a physical shape that kind of keeps my brain from messing with me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep myself as close to I hate to steal a term from Scientology because they're terrible fucking people, but
Got to keep your thetans in check.
that floating needle, right?
Yeah.
They're always trying to get to the floating needle.
Right.
That's what they want. Not
Yeah.
too high on one side, not too
But
low.
do you think that knowing
I like it more. I like thinking about it more like Buddhism, even though that's a little too floofy for me as well.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of that state of equilibrium.
I dig that too. Do you think that having it be in your conscious brain undermines it? Do you think that when you're trying to
Everything I think undermines me every day, Jeff. That's the brain that I have. That's what I'm saying. I need to stop doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I wonder if use the power of your mind, believe in something, believe that the airborne is actually fighting the disease, et cetera, et cetera. I often wonder, well, knowing that I'm using it in that way, does that just completely does it have to be a complete subconscious
We're all
act?
carrying around totems. We're using superstitions where
You saw my totems.
I
That's what
saw
you're
all
saying.
your totems.
Yeah.
I walked in and you had 47 spinning tops.
It's not easy to keep all those tops spinning.
Hey-oh. I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? Is the mind more powerful than chemicals? Do we
Yeah.
have to work together?
Yeah, where's the line?
Where's the line? We would
And
love
do
to hear
you
from
want
you.
scientists to fool you?
I would actually, if there was a way that
Just hire some guy to come in
and fool, but somebody would have to hire that person for me,
Right.
Somehow,
Yeah.
to come in and fool me at the best times.
It's like the Fincher movie, The Game.
yes,
Like they come in
somebody's
and
got to
just
the game me
Totally the game you into being well.
into being a better person.
That's awesome.
That's what I need. I need my Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Will you be my Sean Penn? Will you be the Sean Penn to my
I'm gonna
Michael Douglas?
I'm going to say no, which means I am going to do
Oh, I just got the game!